Good morning, my family practicum class. I am so glad that I get to do my third and final learning teaching interaction. I'm just going to share some of the thoughts that I had while doing these reading assignments. A couple things that I noticed. It was very much like a review, I guess, for me, because I've taken a Family 100 class. So a lot of my personal applications came from that class, the Family 100 with Brother Higgins. So a couple of things that I liked from Chapter 3 reading. It talked about having tools to evaluate your program and having visions and goals. So I'm going to start with having a vision and a goal. One of the things that I loved is there was a quote that said, there is simply no way to interpret any outcome without having a goal and an objective or a standard. So something that I related to was in Preach My Gospel. There's a quote from Elder Ballard that says, "I'm so thoroughly convinced that if we don't set goals in our life and learn how to master the technique of living to reach our goals, we can reach a ripe old age and look back at our life only to see that we have reached but a small part of our full potential. When one learns to master the principle of setting a goal, he will then be able to make a great difference in the results he attains in this life." So I believe that in order to get anywhere as parent educators, to make a name for ourselves or to show who we really are, we have to have goals. And we have to look at our participants as people of who they can become and not necessarily who they are right now. Going along with having a vision and a goal and having a way to assess, it talked about starting with the end in mind and getting a lot of different opinions from a lot of different people. A personal application that I made from this once again happened on my mission. I was in my last area and I was in a young single adult ward. It was winter break and I was on a college campus, so nobody was there. It was so hard being a missionary on that campus. So my companion and I, she was about to go home and she wasn't working very hard. It was very frustrating. I had the goal of trying to make those 6 weeks as successful as possible, and we weren't sure how we were going to do it. So we went and we talked to some members in the ward about things that we could do to kind of get the work going at all. And we talked to an older lady, actually, that wasn't in our ward, and she gave us the idea of going to the mall and setting up a stand and showing a video that the church was promoting called He is the Gift. So we took that idea to the elders in our area and asked them what they thought about that. And through having this collaborative experience, the elders then came up with the idea of going to something that was called the River Walk. It was a bunch of lights across the river, and people would drive through or walk through them, and it saw about more than 1,000 people a day. So with that, they decided to take our stand to the river walk and to give out free hot chocolate. In that one weekend, we were able to pass out more than 3,000 He is the Gift cards and continuously show that video. It was amazing to see the success that we had from that, and it kept us busy. With that, that goes along with the importance of having a time limit. Because we decided to do it so late, we only had about 3 days to plan all of this and to get all of those cards and to get a laptop and everything that we needed to make this work. I feel like having those time limits really helps us to be successful and to get things accomplished. Going to the appendix in Appendix E, I liked how, I don't know, just reading the preamble, it touched my heart. I guess the Spirit testified again to me that I was in the right major, and I just loved that because I want to be successful. I want to help people, And I know that through this major and through this, I really can be a benefit to people. And I have the moral obligation to be helpful and to help give people skills to be successful. And that's what I want. I liked in the professional ethics and practices the importance of the 3 theoretical frameworks to ethics. Mostly I liked the virtue ethic, about being caring, having practical wisdom, and having hope and optimism. I feel like there's something amazing about looking at the good in people and finding that hope and that optimism. I believe that in every parent there is success, and they can become good. They might be struggling right now, but eventually they can become who they want to become and become that parent that they need to be. The next part, as far as boundaries between parent and family education and family therapy, this was a huge review from my Family 100 class. I remember talking about the 5 levels of involvement, and that was also in the conceptualizing the domain and boundaries of family life. So instead of making this too long or a huge review, I decided to stick with looking specifically at number 4, with group 4, getting too far out of group 3, because I know that I want to be in level 3. I want to be able to help people and allow them to say their personal experiences and glean off of those, but not focus too much to where it's on therapy. So one of the main questions that I had, though, in getting in group 4, I was told that with our major we would be able to work with parents that have had their kids taken away from the judicial system, and that we would be able to teach them how to become better parents. However, from what I was reading, I wasn't too sure if that was getting into phase 4. So if you guys wouldn't mind answering that for me, that was something that I really wanted to do, but now I'm wondering if having a bachelor's isn't going to be enough to be able to do that. So I loved reading these readings for this week, and that's all. So thank you so much.